Hey everyone, have you ever felt completely exhausted? Not from a long day at work, but just from life itself. What if I told you that sometimes, it's not life that's heavy, but the things we stubbornly refuse to let go of? I'm about to share a story that might just change the way you see your own journey. Once upon a time, deep in a quiet forest, lived a little bird with shimmering feathers and a gentle heart. But this little bird had a strange habit. Every single day, whatever she felt joy, sadness, hope, or fear, she would carve it onto a small stone. Then, she'd place that stone into a tiny cloth bag she carried everywhere. At first it seemed like a beautiful idea. She believed that holding on to every memory, every feeling, would help her grow. But as the days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, her little bag grew heavier and heavier. Her wings, once so strong, started to feel weak. Her flights, which used to be so graceful and swift, became slow and labored. Yet, she kept on collecting more stones. In her mind, she was becoming wiser and stronger with each one. But in reality, she was just weighing herself down. One day, as she struggled to fly through the forest air, she met an old wise owl. The owl looked at her with kind eyes and asked, "Little one, why do you carry such a heavy bag?" The bird managed a small smile and replied, "This is my life. Every stone is a memory, a piece of my past. I don't want to forget anything." The old owl gently shook his head. "You're flying with yesterday on your back," he said softly. "How will you ever reach tomorrow?" The little bird didn't understand. She thought the owl was just being dramatic and flew away, dismissing his words. But even as she tried to soar, her wings drooped again, pulled down by the weight of her collection. Time passed. The bag grew so full it was practically bursting at the seams. She tried to lift herself off the ground, but her wings trembled, feeling as if they might break under the strain. Then, one stormy evening, the sky turned dark. The wind roared through the trees, and thunder shook the very ground she stood on. The little bird panicked, desperately trying to fly to safety, but the bag was simply too heavy. Her wings were too weak. She flapped and flapped, but couldn't get off the ground. She fell in the pouring rain, and as she tumbled, the stones spilled out, covering her small, fragile body. The very memories she thought would protect her and make her strong were the very things that kept her from rising again. The old owl landed beside her, his eyes filled with a deep sadness. "Little one," he whispered, "memories are meant to guide you, not to crush your wings. You don't need to carry everything. You only need to be light enough to fly, and isn't that just like us? We carry so much. Old pains, old resentments, old memories, things that should have been released a long, long time ago. We cling to them, thinking that letting go means losing a part of ourselves. But in reality, those are the very things stealing our joy, our strength, and our peace. Eventually, we find ourselves exhausted, unable to fly the way we used to. And it's not because life is too heavy, but because our hearts are filled with too many things that no longer belong there. So, be gentle with yourself. Take a moment to look inside your own bag. What stones are you carrying that you don't need anymore? It's okay to let go of what's old. It's okay to forgive, to release, and to move forward. Life doesn't need you to carry everything. Life just needs you to be light enough to fly. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please give it a like and subscribe for more content that I hope will lift you up. See you next time.